Regarding goals of a mapping initiative, what are the 2 or 3 most common goals you have worked with, such as increase employee fulfillment in their work, or maybe some others that you worked with? Could you share?
So I think like our end goal before and after doing this exercise is really to improve employee experience, because Macadamian does care about that. We want people to be satisfied at work and give their best. So I think this was like something very important, like a piece that we're still discussing all the time. But we also, our goal was, as we mentioned in the beginning, was to really understand what is the employee journey in the company. Okay, and to treat the full journey as something very organic, because I feel that most companies, they don't touch on the last part of offboarding because, okay, they want to keep the employees. I know we do too, but we understand it, you know, it's a part of a cycle, and people join, people leave, and we have to treat it as something organic that might happen. And we want to make sure that everyone would have an amazing experience in all the phases and the onboarding until the offboarding, until they when they decide to leave the company.
And I think something I want to add to that is that for us specifically, again, with us being acquired, we had the bandwidth to do this kind of work. And there was always a conversation around creating this baseline understanding of the employees. So once we had that buy-in, we were able to pursue this goal of understanding the employee journey and create that benchmark understanding. Obviously, that might not always be the case for different organizations. So I think sometimes goals can look from what's basically happening in the organization, why there's a need to kind of do employee experience research in the first place. So for example, especially with COVID, I feel like a lot of companies have seen a higher attrition rate. There's an increase in that, and a kind of like that could be the precursor as to ask like your stakeholders there, like, why do you think that's happening? Is the data that we are capturing answering that question? If not, let's go do some research and understand that offboarding experience and maybe map out that offboarding journey. And that's some of the things that could inform your goals as well in terms of what's happening in your organization and which part is basically broken or which part you want to have the most impact at. But again, as Yene said, for us, again, because Macadamian has that higher UX maturity, we knew the value of this work and we wanted to build this baseline understanding from not the fact that, oh, something is broken, we want to fix it. We know something that works, we want to make it better. Because if we don't continue working towards that, someone else is eventually going to take our employees. So I think that's the driver behind this work.